From CONEXPO CONAG 2011, I have Larry Stewart here, and I'll tell you what, we have had a good time at this year's show. We were over at the big John Deere unveil a couple of days ago. That was some premier event for those people.
Yeah, it sure was. They've really kind of established a bit of a tradition there with that unveiling thing.
And the big guys are all about brand new equipment and high-tech this and high-tech that. Is that what you're finding overall here, or is it kind of you know, just left to the big players?
Oh no, I think everybody's really got to be involved in technology just because of emissions regulations. But the neat thing about that is, you know, once you start putting the electronics that it takes to make your engines run clean enough, you can really start integrating them with electronic modules on transmissions and hydraulic systems, and efficiency starts to come up.
Yeah.
And you know, in that efficiency vein, one of the things that's kind of interesting about the technology that we're seeing now is that this Tier 4 interim technology, while excuse me, this Tier 4 interim technology, while it's a little on the expensive side, and is causing some problems in terms of raising the costs of machines, it actually allows the manufacturers to tune their engines for maximum efficiency, and so everybody really, pretty much everybody at the show is talking about not only productivity improvements because of the integrated systems between engines and transmissions and hydraulic systems, but they're also talking about improved fuel efficiency. And it's not just it's not a sales pitch. You know, I mean, they're not making it up. It's happening because, frankly, because emissions technologies have helped them put some of that fuel efficiency back into those machines.
Do you find that in some cases there's a little hesitancy to talk economics at this stage of the game? After the, you know, just basically coming out of the Great Recession, if you want. I don't know what better term you can put on it, but there seems to be a little reluctance that I'm feeling that people are just saying, I've had it, no more, let's look ahead. Let's put all that behind us.
Well, certainly that's what we're hearing from the show management, and hearing, frankly, it's being corroborated by the people on the show floor. I mean, you know, the manufacturers, frankly, are actually doing fairly well. Those that are global certainly are doing well overseas, and the folks that are strictly domestic are looking at you know, pretty much all upside from here. I mean, it might be delayed. We'd certainly love to see the highway bill come through and kind of ensure a steady flow of big infrastructure money and that sort of thing. But you know, I think that folks are at this point sort of planning for the future and planning fairly positively.
What's the impression you're getting from the people that you're talking to as far as the flow of this show? Has it gone well? Has it been heavy? Has it been more than previous shows? Has people more people here with actual checkbooks as opposed to so-called tire kickers?
Well, you know, that tends to be kind of subjective, you know. But I was talking with some manufacturers who were, in particular, signing up new dealers, which is a huge issue with manufacturers trying to get into the North American market, is getting that distribution network set up. And it's really hard to find people with capital to stock an equipment yard these days. And you know, certainly there are people that are buying equipment that have work, and I've heard people talking about that. But you know, that distribution network development is so crucial.
Big.
Yeah, this show is every bit as much about that as it is about end users buying equipment. And you know, to that end, we're seeing I'm trying to think of the right words to use. To that end, we're seeing an increasing level of sophistication, at least I am, from the Chinese equipment manufacturers. Yeah, you know, the Chinese have been testing the waters here in North America for an awful long time, and those that are starting to put North American executives with long track records with North American companies are some of those that are signing up dealers, and you know, they're in a not so bad position because while our machines tend to be, you know, relatively low spec, they're all quite effective pieces of equipment from what I can tell. They just need to put distribution in place, and companies like Lugong and Sani are bringing people who know how to communicate, who know the market, and they're signing folks up, and they're starting to look pretty solid. Lugong, in fact, bought the Dresta organization, which adds, well, brings their total number of dealers up to around 50, so they start looking like a pretty competitive player with a fairly full product line and a pretty good sized distribution network.
It's great, good information. Yeah. I'm sure we'll be finding out more from Larry Stewart and his writings as we go along, and we will from all the folks here at Cygnus Business Media and of course for ConstructionPros.com.